Here's your daily updates. Newsman Dennis Daily offers his take on the events of the day in another daily video blog.
Hi and thanks again, everybody. Few American television actors have left the kind of impact on our psyche as did James Arness, who, as you know, died in his sleep. Arness at 6'8" was indeed bigger than life, and for 20 years he was Matt Dillon on one of the most successful shows in the history of television. But amid all the tributes, a lot of people forget that Gunsmoke was actually born in radio and was one of the first adult westerns.
Around Dodge City and in the territory on West, there's just one way to handle the killers and the spoilers, and that's with a U.S. Marshal and the smell of Gunsmoke.
And even though the texture and thematics of the radio version of Gunsmoke may seem very similar to the TV version, Conrad's Matt Dillon was much darker.
Gunsmoke, starring William Conrad, the story of the violence that moved west with young America, and the story of a man who moved with it.
I'm that man, Matt Dillon, United States Marshal. The first man they look for and the last they want to meet. It's a chancy job, and it makes a man watchful and a little lonely.
So when CBS decided to bring their hugely popular Gunsmoke franchise to television, they couldn't envision great big William Conrad sitting on a horse. So they decided to drop him from the cast, but that would have been an insult to one of the greatest actors in the history of radio. So they said the entire cast would go. Chester had been played by Parley Bear, who went on to be in thousands of radio dramas, was Mayor Stoner on Mayberry, and before he died was the voice of Ernie the Keebler Elf. Howard McNear, who went on to be Floyd the Barber on Mayberry, was Doc, and Georgia Ellis, Miss Kitty, pretty much retired when the radio show ended. So let's bring Gunsmoke to television with a lot of fanfare, including an opening on the first show done by John Wayne.
When I first heard about the show Gunsmoke, I knew there was only one man to play in it, James Arness. He's a young fella and maybe new to some of you, but I've worked with him and I predict he'll be a big star. So you might as well get used to him like you've had to get used to me. And now I'm proud to present my friend Jim Arness in Gunsmoke.
Gunsmoke, starring James Arness as Matt Dillon.
And James Arness fell into the role of Matt Dillon as if he had been born to play it. And just as it had been one of the best produced and best loved programs in radio, during its 20 seasons, Gunsmoke on television with that fantastic ensemble company usually stayed high in the ratings. And leading it all, solid as a rock, was James Arness as Matt Dillon. Now Dillon and the rest of the major cast members are gone, but they brought us 2 decades of incredibly wonderful television and great memories. Thank goodness the old shows are still available. I'm Dennis Daly with your daily news update.